Hello there, I'm glad you decided to join me on this small quest. In my personal life, I always try to do something good for another person every day, and today's game hits the mark on that. Let's take a journey to save a wildlife preserve. No, we're not going to Iowa, we're going to a Mediterranean island with Alba, a wildlife adventure. In the game, players take control of Alba, a young girl who is visiting her grandparents on a Mediterranean island. Alba is passionate about wildlife and conservation, and she sets out to clean up the island and protect its endangered animals. Throughout the game, players explore the island, interact with its inhabitants, and complete various tasks related to wildlife conservation. Let's start off by chatting about the gameplay in Alba. You're spending your days on the island completing various tasks for citizens, also making the island a nicer place to live for the humans and animals who live there. Some of the tasks include fixing up pathways and bridges in the nature reserve, going on a fetch quest, and clean up the local park. However, the biggest task in the game is getting photos of the various animals you encounter on the island. Think Pokemon Snap and you're on the right path. I will warn you though, the AI for the animals is very well done. During my playthrough of the game, I found a particular animal I was desperate to get a photo of. I got too close and it flew away before I could get a photo. Doing all these tasks is made easier with the simple but effective controls. I know a lot of people might turn their nose up at the idea of the controls in the game being very simple. However, I feel this plays into the game's biggest strength, which is being relaxed and cozy. With the controls not getting in the way of gameplay, you are free to take each day in the game as it comes and just explore the island to your heart's content. Speaking of the island, this is an open world game where you're free to go wherever you want on the island during your playthrough. Even though this is an open world title, the world isn't huge, so it's not too imposing when starting the game. There's always something to do on the island, so you get that feeling of progression very quickly, as often I would see that objective complete message on screen. Let's move on to the visuals in this. Now, do you remember the Little People toys from back in the day? Well, to be honest, they're still going strong to this day with lots of crossovers like Golden Girls, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Friends, The Office, and loads more. The character design in this felt like they wouldn't feel out of place being made as a set of figures. However, this does make the characters adorable to look at, which for the style of the game isn't a bad thing. The general design of the game ticks all the right boxes for me, as this adopts that simple but beautiful design that I really love. It also uses bright colours wonderfully. It really makes you want to live on that island, so many lush environments that you just want to explore. With a game like this where you're wandering around an open world with no voice acting, the soundtrack needs to deliver. And I'm happy to say Alba's soundtrack delivers to continue the fun vibes. So many tracks in this soundtrack are a head bopper. I'd be running around, completing a task and bopping my head to the funky tunes being played. Very much a strings and maybe some wind instruments here and there kind of affair. I honestly don't think I heard a drum throughout my entire playthrough. Even though this is predominantly a very funky affair as said, it knows when it needs to bring on the feels, particularly towards the end of the game, which I will not spoil here. I've seen a lot of people online say the soundtrack is one of their favourite aspects of the game, which I completely understand. One of the game's primary focuses is on wildlife conservation, and it does an excellent job of teaching the players about the importance of protecting endangered species. Throughout the game, players will learn about different animals and their habitats, and they'll be given opportunities to help protect them. This educational element of the game is both informative and engaging, and it helps make the game more impactful and meaningful. Now, a great thing the devs have done is work with ecology to restore habitats for animals around the world. So with every copy of Alba that's either downloaded or sold, a tree will be planted. As of the time of recording, over 1 million trees have been planted. This really shows the game's message of conservation isn't just a gimmick to add something to the game. So you can really get that feeling of doing something good by getting yourself a copy of the game. Overall, Alba, a wildlife adventure, is a charming and relaxing game that is very worth playing. Its beautiful visuals, soothing soundtrack and educational focus on wildlife conservation make it a unique and enjoyable experience. Whether you're looking for a relaxing game to unwind with or want to learn more about wildlife conservation, Alba, a wildlife adventure is definitely worth checking out. Our day of exploring the island with Alba has come to an end. Have you played through Alba? If you have, let us know your thoughts on the game in the comments. If you've not played the game and this video convinced you to check out the game, then let us know that in the comments too. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you out, then show me a thumbs by giving the video a thumbs up. Feel free to press subscribe and notification bell, that way you'll know when a new video hits the channel or when I'm live streaming. Thanks for watching. If you love cozy games in an open world, then feel free to check out this video where we go on a short hike. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next quest.